little over 15,000 years ago, in the upper regions of Himalayas, a yogi appeared. Nobody knew where he came from. His antecedents were unknown, but he looked extraordinary. So people gathered, they waited, they thought he's going to perform some miracle, but he did nothing, simply he sat, unmoving. Only 7 people hung on. These 7 people recognized that this is a fantastic miracle because only someone who has transcended the physical nature can simply sit. Then they begged him, "You seem to be knowing or experiencing something that we cannot imagine, please teach us." Then he gave them some few simple preparatory methods and said, "You prepare yourself, let me see." They went on preparing themselves. Months went into years, years went into decades. 84 years passed. One day, he just looked. These 7 people had become shining receptacles. Humanity was first reminded the simple laws of nature are not permanent restrictions. If you're willing to strive, you can go beyond that. And he not only gave this idea, he gave methods as to how to get there. Because nobody knew his name, he never introduced himself. They called him Adiyogi. Adiyogi means the first yogi.
Shiva is a principle. Shiva was not a person. Some people say Shiva was a man, or a yogi who lived 10,000 years ago, 15,000 years ago. This is nonsense. Never ever limit Shiva to time. That's why he's called Mahakal, the time of times, cause of all cause. And the way Shiva is described is very interesting. They say his body is permeating in the entire universe. So he is that principle, that energy, that consciousness. Shiva was never a man who walked on the planet.
The Kailash, when we say Kailash, going by the legend, going by the mythological legends in this country, Kailash is… when we say Kailash, we are not talking about a mountain. We are talking about a space which is beyond, somewhere. Generally we say, if somebody died, we say he went to Kailash. That means he went to Shiva's abode somewhere, wherever that is. The same name was given to the mountain because that is also referred to as Shiva's abode. So Shiva's abode on this planet is referred to be as Kailash. We inferred because his knowing is stored there. That is why we refer to it that way.
Again, Kailash, it's not one mountain Kailash where he lived all his life. Kailash means where there is only celebration, where there is only joy. That is Kailash. And when Shiva Tattva dawns in you, your life becomes only celebration. Everything becomes a celebration. Now, Tantra, as I said, is technique. The ancient rishis also wrote on the sex also. Kama Sutra was written, and different postures and different theories and principles about Tantra. It is used to get rid of obsession. When people have obsession, why it is on the outer wall of the temple? There is a reason. Pilgrims are first asked to move around the temple. First go around, look at all the statues, and if any statue anyway try to pull you to excitement, you sit there, watch. The moment you keep watching, the excitement comes down. So when mind loses excitement for all these different postures, then you go in, you are completely hollow and empty, the mind is blank. Then you are able to see the inner sun. That's a sun temple. Sun is outside. You may ask why they should go inside the temple and see sun. No, they said that's an outer sun. There is an inner sun, the self. To see that what is an obstruction? Excitement about the senses, sense organs. The flow of sense organs towards sense objects. That keeps your outward journey, that need to move inward.
Recently, someone asked me a question in the Samyama, I think. It seems some guru. He said, Tantra is just a way of getting over what? Obsessions. Just getting over obsessions. This is nonsense.